and welcome to Let's Get Prepared. I'm Catherine, and today we're going to talk about two things: fire safety and what's been going on in Alberta the last few weeks. Now, originally, when I started making these videos, I was going to take a separate video for several of the emergencies that we could have in our area. For example, one for wildfires, one for floods, one for tornadoes, one for earthquakes, one for storms, and so forth. But we decided that would be too many videos and didn't have enough time for that. And so instead, last week during Emergency Preparedness Week, we put clips from videos that our government has put out, and we did 2 a day. I hope that you were able to see some of those because they talked about wildfires and tornadoes and all those kinds of things. So I will include the link for that again this week in case you missed it last time. But this week I was going to do a video about fire safety. Not wildfires, but just regular home fire safety, because that's one of the most common emergencies that Canadian families face is home fires. So I had hoped to talk to one of our local firefighters and get some ideas from them, some pointers and some things that they would like us to know. But sadly, I left it too late to contact them, and now they are obviously tied up with more important things and fighting wildfires. And so maybe that'll happen sometime in the future. But for today, I just want to touch on a few main points, 3 main points. I got this from the Canadian Red Cross webpage under fire safety. I'll include that link as well. There's lots of good information there. I hope you go and read that. So the top 3 things that they say are, number 1, check your smoke and carbon monoxide alarms every month. So the first step is to actually get a carbon monoxide detector and some smoke detectors. And when I moved here to this house, almost like 15 years ago this month actually, there was a smoke detector wired into the house, and I realized that wasn't enough, and so I bought 4 more. But then they sat in my laundry room for a couple of years before I got around to putting them up. So finally I got them put up, and then it's been a couple of years since I checked the batteries, and they haven't been going off. I just assumed it was because I was a better cook than I used to be, and I don't set the fire alarms or the smoke detectors off as much as I used to. But today I decided, before I made this video, that I did not want to be a hypocrite and I needed to check my smoke detectors. And it turns out that 2 of them the batteries were dead, and 2 of them, they were still alive, but I changed batteries on all of them anyway. And the hardest thing was trying to figure out how to get them off the ceiling. And once I figured that out, then it was trying to figure out how to open the battery cage. And once I figured that out, changing the batteries wasn't too bad and getting them back up on the ceiling. So I realized if I do this regularly, it says here to check them every month, and also we've been told to change the batteries twice a year. So if we did that regularly, it wouldn't be such an ordeal because we'd remember how to do it from the last time. So please learn from my mistakes and check your smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors regularly. The second thing that is recommended is to know and practice your evacuation plan. Like all emergency preparedness, making a plan, thinking about things rationally when you're calm and there's not an emergency, talking about it regularly, talking about it with your family, practicing the plan. These are so important. Make sure that every bedroom has at least 2 exits, a door and a window, or even more if they have more windows. And remind your children what to do if the smoke detector goes off or if they smell smoke or whatever. How to feel the door, how to put something under the door if the door is hot, how to go out a window if they need to, or how to open a window, all those kinds of things. You need to talk about them regularly and make a plan. And the third thing that we are reminded of is to get out and stay out. and never return to a burning building. So that is some fire safety tips for our homes. Now I want to talk a little bit about what's going on in Alberta and what has been going on for the past few weeks. How did you feel when you heard about the wildfires? Did you feel panicked? Did you feel that jolt of adrenaline go through your body? Did you have family or friends affected by the evacuation orders? I had a cousin in Edson that had to evacuate with his family and pets, and my daughter's boyfriend in Drayton Valley, his family had to evacuate, and they're still out of their homes as of today, which is May 16th that I'm making this video. Today is the day that the winds also shifted early this morning, and now we have a lot of smoke coming our way. You can smell that. Did you feel prepared when you heard about people being evacuated? Did you think, okay, good, I'm glad I got my evacuation kit ready to go and I know what to do? Or did you think, I wish I'd paid attention to Catherine's videos? Well, the good news is that an experience like this can help to motivate us to get better prepared. But there's a danger as well. We get motivated and we start thinking, I need to prepare, and we start preparing, and then the emergency kind of subsides, and then we're like, okay, I guess I don't need to prepare after all, and then we kind of stop. And I hope that we won't stop. If you felt the urge to get prepared, I hope that you'll continue on until you are better prepared, that you've got your emergency kit packed and you have a plan in place and that you've talked with other people about it. One of my daughters works at a retail store, and people were talking about the wildfires, and she mentioned that she'd recently updated her 72-hour kit. And one man said, well, what's that? And so she told him what it was, and he said, that's a good idea. I never thought of that. So we do need to talk about this information and help everybody be prepared. Now, last week was also our National Emergency Preparedness Week, and we had a display up at the library as well as the videos that we were posting. Lots of people have come in and looked at the display, and that was great to see, but we've decided to leave it up for another week or two, so if you missed it, please come and check it out. There are books on display that you can check out. Some of them are from our library, some are from other libraries. There are paper handouts. This one is about wildfires. There's handouts about lots of different types of emergencies. Feel free to take one. If we run out, we're happy to photocopy more. There's pamphlets. And there's also this little bookmark that I made. I got some of the information from the beprepared.ca website, but then I also compiled evacuation checklists from various places. I kind of compiled them onto here, so it's a great small reminder of what we would need to take if we had to evacuate. So I hope that you will come in, if you haven't yet, and check out that emergency preparedness display and take some brochures and checklists and just keep emergency preparedness at the forefront of your minds, and hopefully we'll all be prepared if we have to evacuate. And I just want to take this time to also thank our firefighters who are bravely serving us and keeping our homes and families safe. And I hope you'll join me next time for our last Let's Get Prepared video. See you next time.